Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to sand drywall. So you're going to need a pull sander. Any sort of pull sander will work. They're all built roughly the same. I got a metal one here, but you can use a plastic one. That's okay if you just sand once in a while. That might be the cheaper option for you. So the first thing when I sand is I'll sand the flats first, and then I'll sand the corner beads, and then I'll sand the inside corners. But it doesn't actually really matter too much which one you start first or last. It all just blends together at the end. So for this video, I'm going to show you kind of how I sand the flat, how to sand the corner bead, and then I'm going to move on to the corner. And there's just little tips and stuff like that I want to throw in along the way. So I'm just going to be kind of telling you what I'm thinking as I'm going along. Okay, so I'll start with the flat. So first thing is the grit of the paper. You want to use a 180 grit, maybe a 150 depending on the brand, but to be on the safe side, I would say a 180. Okay, so with a flat, because you're trying to blend it off into the wall, you want to concentrate a little more in the center because you kind of want to retain the mud along the edges while flattening the center. Because if you're to sand too much along the edges, you're actually just going to shrink the width of your joint, and that's not going to help you out when trying to have this blended into the wall. Okay, so I'll just sand this joint quick, and then we're going to move on to the corner bead. Okay, so see how I concentrated down the middle, and now I just want to sand just enough on the edges to just take that edge off. Okay, so then when you think that you sanded enough, take your hand, run it across. If you don't feel any bump, then you know that you've sanded enough, and then that will be good. Okay, so corner bead is kind of the same concept as the flat. It's about where you're sanding. This is kind of your thickest area. This is where the mud has filled the corner bead, and this is the area that's providing that blended slope. So you kind of want to retain that area while smoothing this area off. The other thing with a corner bead is there's really nothing that needs to be removed as far as the dried mud. All we're trying to achieve is we're trying to take off any high spots, any ridges, or anything like that. So it's just some really soft strokes across the corner bead. And when sanding a corner bead, you want to do long strokes and just light long strokes, and just to get the high stuff off. So I'm just going to sand from about here to about there. So notice that I'm not sanding this area too much. Okay, so that was just a lot of light passes. And now I'm going to run my hand across it. Feels flat. I don't feel like a ramp or anything like that, or what they call a ski jump, where it's like a curve. So the corner bead is done. Now for the inside corner. So here's the thing with the inside corner. Before you get started with that, you want to align your sandpaper with the sander. So take it off like that, align it so that all the overlap is on this side, and this side's in alignment. So this side will go inside the corner, and it's just pretty simple and straightforward. Just sand just enough that you're smoothing it out, but not too much that you're going to expose the tape. So I did that one side, so I sanded the inside, and then I moved it over, and I took that edge off. So do the same for this side. So that part's done. As for the screws, just sand them like that. And that's it for the pole sander. Now the next step is the detail sanding. So you're going to want to use a sponge. A square one will work fine. When sanding a corner though, if you're to place a sponge like this edge right here can have a tendency to dig in right there or there. So when working with a square sponge, take your fingernail and just peel off that edge. Now you can sand that inside corner, and there's no corner there that's going to gouge into the adjacent side. So just take the sponge, run it like that, turn it. Now that really sharpens up the corner. So all inside corners you have to go over with the sponge to refine them and just sharpen up the corner. And then with the flats and the butt joints, you're going to want to take a light and you want to hold the light across the joint, and you're going to want to check through it all and look for any sort of imperfections and just try to sand them out. If you can't sand them out, get a pencil and circle the imperfections, and those would be what we call the touch-ups, and you're just going to put a little extra mud there and then let that dry and then sand it again. So that's pretty much the basics for sanding drywall. It's just use the pole sander and then come by with a sponge and just go over everything, every square inch. Have a light in your other hand, and the light will put contrast across the wall so you can kind of see those imperfections better. Okay, so that's it.